This is Kaypacha with the weekly Pele report, and this report is for October 31st. Halloween in some places, yeah. 2018. I am here on Isle del Sol, and we are on our way to the Temple of the Sun. The Island of the Sun, the Temple of the Sun, Lake Titicaca, the highest lake in the world. We're over 4,000 meters high here, and I am very glad that I found a little stretch that is level. Oh man, you know, the moon is in Leo, and she's moving on into Virgo. She's going to be opposing Neptune by Saturday, and coming up into Libra then, squaring the Saturn on Sunday, Pluto on Monday. But the big thing that I want to be talking to you about today really is this Venus, yeah? Venus is retrograding back into Libra. She came into Scorpio on September 9th and went retrograde, okay, you know, went up to like 8 degrees or so, and went retrograde over there on October 5th. Now she's going backwards. She's going back into Libra. She's had enough of Mars, Scorpio, conflict, wars, and battles, and she's saying, let me out of here. She's going back into Libra. She's going to go back to 25 degrees of Libra, and then by November 16th, she's going to go direct, come back into Scorpio again in December. So it is a long transit of Venus going back there. And of course, she opposes Uranus over there at 0 degrees Taurus. Uranus is retrograding back into Aries. So Venus, you know, already opposed Uranus. She's going to oppose it again today. And, you know, when she comes back direct, she's going to oppose him a third time. So it's going to keep on going on and on and on. Now, so the other final, probably the big thing also, is that Jupiter is in the final degrees, the very final degrees of Scorpio. Check it out, man. You never know what you're going to run into these days. Anything can happen. Buenas tardes. See? Buenas tardes. Oh yeah, baby. Look at, it's going to be a head-on collision here. Let's see what he does. Okay. Oh man, too good, baby. Jupiter's in the final degrees. It's called the critical degree. 29 degrees of Scorpio. We got like a week of that starting November 2nd. Okay, and I'm going to be talking about that a little bit. I'm going to get up to the Temple of the Sun and look at the camera. Okay, well, I got here. I think I could use a few more coca leaves. Air is mighty thin here up in these hills. Anyway, this is a public place, so there may be some folks wandering around the Temple of the Sun. Pre-Inca. The Inca people lived prior to Christ by a few hundred years. So if this is pre-Inca, it's getting back there. And yeah, it has also been said that Lake Titicaca was not always a lake, and that the folks that built Machu Picchu came down from Lake Titicaca. And they actually found ruins at the bottom of Lake Titicaca. Yeah, you know that the lake is over 1,000 feet deep. That's 350, 375 meters, something, yeah? Deep. And they found ruins where it could not have been underwater. These buildings were not made to be underwater. Anyway, the mysteries, the ancient people getting in touch with the land, offering ceremonies to Pachamama. You know, Kaypacha is Inca. The shaman in 2012 gave me the name Kaypacha as Puma, Yes, with the sole intention of mastering the world of the senses, which is a huge task, far beyond one lifetime, I'm sure. At least the way I'm going so far. I kind of like them. Anyway, Uranus, backing out of Taurus, speaking of the senses, is in opposition to Venus, the ruler of Taurus. And Venus has been going through Scorpio, with, Jupiter there. Mercury moving on to Sag. Today, ow! At least by the time you see this. And what have I got? It's nasty. The mantra, for, this week is challenging. That last full moon was challenging. And we have some challenging times ahead of us. And if you read the headlines, it's like, here I am, out there, trying to get farther out there, doing ceremony with shamans in the top of the Andes Mountains. And what do I hear about, The Prince of Saudi, chopping up some guy, and the terrible elections in Brazil, and, just like, things going really, really gnarly. This is a gnarly time. As we know, Jupiter's closing in on Saturn, and Jupiter and Saturn are both closing in on Pluto by 2020. We know that this is a balsamic time, and the balsamic is the end of a huge long cycle where things fall apart. Things are falling apart, and Scorpio, the sign of death, releasing and letting go, is a place where that happens. And that's what 2018 has been about. I am ready for Jupiter to get into Sagittarius. You can bet on that. But what I really want to talk about is things falling apart calls upon each and every single one of us to create something new. This is also a time, of that 29 degrees Scorpio, 0 degrees, 1 degree of Sagittarius. Okay, I always associate that with the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is a resurrection point. It's like a gate in the horoscope between Scorpio and Sagittarius. And that 29th degree where Jupiter is hanging out all week, okay, is a culmination since he went in to Scorpio last October. So like everything from this whole last year is bubbling up, boiling up, and it needs to get like really resolved, prior to Jupiter moving on into Sagittarius. So it's intense. This is a very intense period of time. And what does Venus bring about for us? Venus, as the ruler of Taurus, okay, is money, resources, my physical body, and survival. So this is a time where we may be challenged by external forces beyond our control, whether they are hurricanes, banks, or the tax man. Trying, just like, it's like we really need to summon up our Kundalini, our Scorpio Kundalini, to deal with. And Uranus opposite this Venus is saying we've got to be original. We need to come up with some new ways of doing business, new ways of exchanging money. This cryptocurrency has got to take off. I am fighting taxes in the United States. I moved to Costa Rica to get out of paying 60 cents out of every dollar to make bombs and kill people. 60% of the budget goes to the military in the United States. I moved to Costa Rica to get out of that. But now Costa Rica is being affected by FATCA, and the United States is like monitoring all the banks and all the, everybody, not only expats, but, it's nasty, isn't it? So, this is a matrix. This is the old patriarchy, and I tell you, they are grabbing and going. They know they're going down. They know they're losing. They know it's over, and they're grabbing for as much as, every last dime, every last fear that you've got. They will try to play on it. Yeah? And so there is this Scorpio. Scorpio is they, and Libra is they. Aries and Taurus is I, me, my. So Uranus coming around, in Chiron, Okay, you know, in Aries, Pisces, cusp, these are, you know, these are really, it's a healing time of each and every single one of us needing to get in touch with our power to break free, to create our own personal life, independent, yeah, and get some, you know, communities going and get some, you know, alternative currencies going. And, you know, if you don't feed the dragon, it will die. Okay, so like, you know, stop feeding, okay, these dragons that are trying to grab and use and abuse and exploit everything. And it goes so far back, right? The Spanish came in and wiped out the Incas. They wiped out the Aztecs. They wiped out the Mayans. Columbus came along like a big, I don't even want to use bad language here, but he's bad, man. He came along, the Native Americans up there in North America, wiped them out. You know, we're just like, you know, wiping out civilizations, cultures, religions, and the religions coming in, you know, just, you know, making these people all feel like sinners. The church just exploited these people out the butt. Gets me upset. Mars is over there. Okay, and the sun is coming up to this square with Mars in Aquarius, and Mars in Aquarius, and Lilith in Aquarius, okay, is saying, you know what? Rebel, revolt, and get out of that nasty, gnarly matrix. And the North Node in Leo is saying, create something new. So if you get angry or you get upset, own it, feel it, and use it as motivation to do something different and to cut the chains that bind you. So the mantra for this week is, I am not a puppet, a robot, a slave, or a fool. I will find a way to get out of this play and create a life that is true. I don't think I have to say any more. I think the mantra says it all. Let's just do it. Let's make it happen. Let's bring in this new paradigm where people can live in peace and harmony with the land, with Pachamama, and our offspring will thank us. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.